Right, the unwritten rule in plumbing is never fill up on a Friday. 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 Right, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all well. I've had a busy few weeks, as you can see by what I've been putting out. I've had a couple of days here and there away from the barn doing jobs like that macerator job and a few other little jobs that I know a lot of you like seeing, the jobbing around stuff. Now the pressure's beginning to go away from the job at the barn. I'm managing to catch up with some of those little jobs, as you'll see in this video. The start of it, we're starting to do a first fix in the downstairs cloakroom at the barn, and then I pulled away for a couple of days and did the macerator job, which you all really enjoyed. And I also got called out to what you'll see. There was an issue with the radiator not getting hot in a property. Then I was back there finishing that first fix off. The guys from Trade Legends came out as well, done a little bit of filming for the Trade Legends podcast, which I'll bang a link down in the description below. If you don't subscribe to the Trade Legends podcast, get subscribed to it. There's loads of tradies on there, people that you'll see on YouTube. PB Plumber, he hosts it with Al, who owns Unilite. And as you may have noticed, I'll do a little bit with Unilite as well. But yeah, so I was back at the barn finishing that first fix off. And then also towards the tail end of the video, you'll see the unwritten rule in plumbing is, everybody knows it, everyone's taught it from day one, is never fill up a job on a Friday. It's sort of ground into you early days as being a plumber. Never fill stuff up on a Friday. Obviously little jobs are all right, but don't fill stuff up. And on that note, we flushed the underfloor heating system, all 4 manifolds, all 2 miles of pipe work. We get all that flushed out at the barn. So keep an eye out for that. Hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. The subscribers to the channel are literally growing so fast now, which is great. And with what's coming in the future for the channel, and something big is happening that I've said before, I can't say too much about it, but it's going to be really, really good. And the direction the channel's moving in and the people that I'm hopefully going to be working with soon is mega. And this is all down to everyone subscribing. So if you haven't, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment below, and hit the thumbs up button. I'd love to get something like 2,000 likes on a video, or you know, 1,000 comments or something like that, something that I haven't hit yet. But I appreciate everyone who's been hitting the channel from the start, new subscribers as well. You know, I'm getting lots of positive feedback from a lot of the new subscribers. So let's get on with it. Hope you enjoy this video, and I'll catch you later. Another day at the barn and another bathroom at the barn. Well, it's not really a bathroom, this is the cloakroom. As you come in, it's the front door in, off that way into the house, and then what we've got here is a cloakroom with a little shower in it. So what we're doing, we're laying it out today. We've sort of, when we first fitted everything was put in, and then little tweaks and adjustments have been made throughout the time. So what we've got here, we're going to have a 1500 by 900 shower tray. That's going there, and then this grower concealed shower's going on there. So I've got the laser out, we're basically ready to set that shower in, see where it's going to go. So up to the 900 isn't a problem. Then we've got this in the floor, which is originally we were going to have the toilet here and the basin here. Now working with that frame, the frame is pushing everything over just too much close to where the screen's going to be. So what we're going to do, we're going to switch it, I think. Just got to wait for Scott and his missus to make exactly the final sort of yay or nay on how we're going to do it. But my sort of thought is, have the toilet here, again concealed cistern, so all you're going to see is, obviously it's going to be tiled, all you'll see is the floating pan, and then the basin here. But it's the same basin as we had upstairs in the other one that took me a good while to sort out how it fitted. But now we know how it goes. Fitting the other one in here isn't going to be an issue. So I think we're going to go for that there. We're just waiting for the final decisions on it. And then what I'll do is get the branch in there, connect it where the toilet's got to go, put the waste in for the basin, do the pipe work, and then we've got to bring the hot and colds over to here for the shower. And again, that's the waste for the shower. We underfloored up to about here, underfloor heating up to about here, so we can chop this floor out, get the waste in as and where we want it, which we knew anyway. So that's a little overview on how we're going to do this cloakroom. So let's get on with it. Right, as always, I've unpacked the shower, got that grower shower out, and this is the eye box for these grower showers. They're pretty good, to be fair. You've got hot and cold connections in the bottom, off the top for the rainfall head, and off the other side for a wand. You can cap off what you don't want to use, cap off that side, whatever to suit. So put a batten on in there, put a bit of timber in there to bolt this to, just makes life a hell of a lot easier. So it's going to go, in essence, around here. But what we've got to work to as well is the depth. That's the play you've got between it. So looking at the side profile of it, I'll get the levels on it and everything anyway, but that is the range you've got. So that's got to also allow to be plasterboarded or boarded or whatever you're going to do, as I've always said on this job, and everyone comments on it, so I'm going to go over it again. Moisture boards, green moisture boards. Scott's happy with the moisture boards that are going on. It's his own home, he's the builder, he's happy with that, so that's how we're going to do it. Seal it all in. So that's that addressed. The actual unit will sit on there, so we'll have the moisture board there, then the depth of the tile, and then as long as it comes within that area, we can trim it off and get it to suit. So we'll get this mounted, and then we can work out exactly where the rainfall bit at the top's going to come. So that's that valve put into position. I've levelled it through. We know I've marked up, you can see it up here where the rainfall, the top shower bit's going to be, and this mark here is where the body one's going to be. I need to pick up some mail iron to coppers for that. I'm not here after today, I'm not here till next week, so I'll make a list, pick these up, pick that up, and then we can finish that bit off next week when we're back. But as I am still here for the rest of the day, we're going to mount. Now we've made an executive decision, we've worked out the arc of the door, Scott's missus and Scott have decided exactly where they want stuff, so now we can start getting this jig into position, get the pipe working for the basin, or at least bring it across and begin to get that into position, get the frame, the grower frame back, bolted in, and then we can work out, because we're going to have to trim a bit of the timber out, get a couple of down in there, get the branch on, and work out where we're going to have the waste come in. And we've also got to put waste in for the basin, etc, etc. So we'll leave that for now because we can't get on with it, and we'll concentrate on getting this done. So we set the grower frame into position now. If you see this little mark here, I don't know if you can make it out, that is what is going to be the top of the pan. Now usually when you're hanging floating pans, the top height of the pan should be 400 off the floor. I've always felt that just seems a little bit too low, so I hang mine at 450 from the floor. Bearing in mind we've got tiles going on here, so we've worked it out to that mark is 450. So what we'll do now is, what I'm going to do is bolt a timber onto there, because we've got the underfloor heating in here. I can double check. Good thing we're doing videos on YouTube is I can double check exactly where we put the underfloor heating in here. But what I'll probably do is just pin some timber onto there and then work back, maybe even just on the side and drop the height of the legs. But crucially, we've got the pan, the top of the pan, to be 450. So we'll level it up, get this bolted into position, then we can work back with the waste coming out, because all that bolts to the jig. I'll show you shortly how it works. And then we can begin getting the hot and colds across there, ready for the basin, ready to connect up to the shower when we're back. So it's just a case of getting this fixed for the moment. So with the frame bolted in now, it's bolted back to the wall on the ears, on the lugs, it's bolted into the floor. I screwed this timber in, adjusted the legs, bolted them into the floor. So you get these little caps just to push into like the flush pipe, and then get this bracket on the bottom here, and then this is always fucking fiddly, and this bit's always fiddly to get that in. Make sure that stays. So we get that there, and it's got like a little clip that clips onto the bottom. So I'm trying to do it one-handed, like so. So that clip holds it in, and then what we can do, we can work back now from this point here, work back to where this branch has got to go, trim this down, put a collar on it, get the branch into it, and then we can just get the bit of pipe in between there, and that's the toilet connected in. Then we can come off the other side for the basin waste. And then that will be that. That saw pipe's now been cut down. Put a collar on the bottom of the branch. So I will glue it on just to show you. That'll push in, and then there's a fall from the back of the toilet into there. So I've been called out to this radiator is not getting warm in a rental property that a friend of mine's got. So I've had our friend the thermal imaging camera on it, and as you can see at the bottom, if I put the laser dot on it onto those pipes, you can see, or you can make out, there is heat getting to these pipes, but it's just not circulating around the radiator. As you can just see, it's completely cold. As you can see, it's just 17-18 degrees, whereas if we have a look, we can see through the thermal imaging the pipe work coming down the middle of the hallway. And for instance, that rad over there is 65 degrees. So what I think is, check that side, check that valve that side, that's open. This is completely open, on full. I would probably hazard a guess, if I was a betting man, this valve's stuck. So let's take a look. I think, yeah, you can see the pin there is pushed right down. Right, what I'll do is, you've just got to be a little bit mindful of doing this, because sometimes these pins can pop out, but I think we should be alright with that. So I'm going to try and pull it out, and then maybe lube it up a little bit and stop it. See, basically, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull that pin just ever so slightly, pull it up to try and release it through. We'll see what it's like. If I think it's no good, then we'll swap the rad valve over for a new TRV, but it's worth a go. There you go, you can see the heat now coming into the side of the radiator. See it going right up to the top. It's now circulating around. You'll see that whole rad now, if I can get it out of the light. You'll see that whole rad along the top, look. And it's beginning to get, see what the top's at. Yeah, top's at 52. So yeah, look at that. So this is a perfect prime example of these thermal imaging cameras where they come in really handy. You can see if I step back a little bit, you can see the arc of the rad. There you go, look. So that's now beginning to circulate. So it will come through this side here, up across the top, out there, but as you'll see, it's beginning to go all the way down now. So it's, what are we at? 50 odd degrees at the top now. It's perfect. So, pretty easy fix for that one, but you know, if you don't know, you don't know. So again, a landlord of this property, he just calls me up, rad's not working, he doesn't want to get into it, rad's not working, you go and fix it. So I pull the pin, I'll check it now, make sure it's alright, and I'll just advise him, look, the pin was sticking, I've got it working, if you want me to change it, because I think, a brief conversation with him a few months ago, I think he wants this whole property, the heating system flushed in it anyway. So if we're going to do that, it might be worth changing that at that time, because we've got to drain it down anyway. But for now, as you can see, it's getting red hot. Not a problem. There we go, nice little quick easy fix. As you can see now, if I just press it down with the pliers, Tops back up, it's fine. So as I said, we'll leave that. Rad's getting nice and warm, very warm actually. And then when we do the flush, we'll swap those valves over. It probably, to be fair, if that one's beginning to stick, I'll have a look at the others. You may want them all changing over. But there you go, nice, easy, quick fix. The lads started to get the groundworks in. And where we are today is back in. I think I've probably to be fair, I probably showed you previously in this video, or possibly in the video before, I can't remember. But we're back in this downstairs cloakroom. I haven't been here for a few days, so I think I left it. That was in, and I connected that up. So they've put the stud work in roughly where it's going to go. So we've got the tails today, tails to go into here. Going to bring up the riser at the top, hand wand out the bottom. We've got the basin going here, so I've got to get the pipe working for that, bring that out, connect the cistern up so that then they can get that boarded. And the basin that's going in here is this one that you'll recognise from the top floor bathroom. As I said in that video, this one is actually for here, but the top floor one is exactly the same as that. So in theory, now we know how that one goes in. It shouldn't be as much as a ball ache, but we'll obviously tap into the soil pipe and then get the pipe. We'll probably come across here in poly and then up, and we'll pipe that in copper. But also today we have got the team from the Trade Legends podcast are coming out today to do a bit of filming, basically to put within that podcast series. So if you haven't subscribed to the Trade Legends podcast channel, I'll put it in the description below. But it's just a podcast about trades, sparkies, plumbers, carpenters, builders. Basically what Alex is doing is getting all the trade based people, hence the name Trade Legends, to go on and tell a bit about themselves and this, that and the other, but it's just a good crack. So I'll bang a link to that. I'll also bang a link I'll get that one day. I'll bang a link up there to my podcast I do with Trade Legends, so you can check that out. But yeah, they should be coming out shortly, so we're doing a bit of filming with them, just sort of following me around on this job a little bit. Right, let's get some bits in here then and get this going. So what I'm going to start with is this shower valve. I'm going to make in the main line to coppers. So we've got the top one for the rainfall, side one for the hand wand, hot and colds in the bottom. That side will be capped off. We'll get them in, get them into position, then we can come off the bottom here, drill through here, hot and colds down, through there, and then we can start connecting that area in there. And then when that's done, we can then begin bedding the tray down and getting the tray in. But I just want to get that done so they can get it boarded. And then while that's being boarded, we've got things like, we've still got this bath over here, where we've got the pipe work here, the bath, the big copper bath that I've shown in previous videos going here, but the taps are going up in this corner. Now, until we get those taps in, they can't board the ceiling. So when that's done in there, we'll drop back and get that done. Look at this, look, the gaffer's sweeping up. Times are hard, Scotty, aren't they, look? When you have to labour for yourself.
I know, mate. Well, it's one job done properly, isn't it?
Exactly. So I've got the main line to coppers made into that. I've put the wall plate. I always use a outside tap wall plate for the fixings for like the shower head, you know, the arm that goes in. I just find that you can bolt them up solid and they're perfect. So that might be a little bit overkill for that, but we're not worried about that. We just need to set it to the right depth, because obviously it's got to finish. Then we're going to have plasterboard and then a tile. So the front edge of that finishes exactly where the face of the tile sits, just so that when that arm goes on and the cowl goes on over the top, we're all right. And while I'm in here doing a little bit, as I've said, the Trade Legends guys are here just filming a little bit over there. So we'll catch up with them shortly and just see what they're up to. Look, I'm filming you, filming me, filming you. It's like an old western, you know, we're having a camera off. So yeah,
mine beats yours though, let's be honest.
Wow, yeah, look at that, look at that rig. All I've got is a
rig times two.
Times two, all I've got is a little GoPro.
Yeah.
Works though, doesn't it? So,
he's not.
the guys are out today, as I said earlier on, doing a bit of filming just off the back of when I've done the Trade Legends podcast. There's a bit of a catch up, what you've been up to, what you've been doing, etc, etc. So I thought I'd bring them to the barn, a bit of a walk round. You're impressed with the barn, aren't you?
Seen better.
Yeah, so we'll have a walk around with them now. I'll capture a little bit what I can, but mainly it's about the barn. So we've got a bit of pipe that's going to go from the top of the valve up to the top of the shower, and what we do is pop the wall plate on there, screw it back to the wall, get it all straight and level, and then that will sit, give or take, there. So then we'll get the side one coming off for the body wand, and then we'll drop down hot and colds, we'll get them that way, and that's that shower basically put into position. So that's all the pipe working for the shower, from the riser down, little swan neck down, into the main valve, off the side for the hand wand, and then down, hot and cold, coming down. Then we're going to kick through this stud work. The feeds are coming up over there in that corner. So we'll connect on, obviously got to pick the cistern up, pick the basin up that's going here, so we've got to work all that out. So we've got it over there, so we'll offer it into position, work out exactly what's got to go where, cut a boss into the source that. Go on the top, air admittance valve on the top, and you can work from that. Right, I've got this bit of plasterboard on here because we're going to put the basin on here. Now, we've done this same basin in the top bathroom, so I've been and measured the pipe work up, and we can work it out exactly where it's got to go. You know, the one where we spent ages getting it all into position, it just saves loads of time here. So, just bang this bit of board on, that's for the waste, that's for the hot, that's for the cold. So I can drill them out, pipe it up from underneath or above or wherever, get them sticking out, then that board can come off, and then when the lads board the whole lot along here, we know those pipes are going to be in the right place. So the time we spent on the one upstairs saves time on the one downstairs. There we go, that is all in, showers in, down, connected on the bottom, hot and colds run through there. So their boarders will take that board off and put a complete one there, but I've also put on there, make sure that the pipes are in these positions, because sometimes if they move a little bit, that'll screw me up. Toilets in, ready to go in. So we'll leave this now, let them board it, then we can come and get the tray in, and then Terry can get in and get this untied as well. Right, the unwritten rule in plumbing is never fill up on a Friday. So today is Friday, and I'm not filling it up as in filling it up, pressurising it, getting it hot, running it. I'm basically going to connect up the hose into the end of the underfloor heating manifolds, all 4 of them, and flush the system through, just so we know everything is all right with it. So what we've done, we've put the pump on, we've put it all on, we've got these 2 shut-off valves on the bottom, so we can isolate that side. These are all shut off. The actuator valves, let me just whip the top off that and show you. So the actuator valves sit on top of here. With these on, it's basically like a lock shield sort of cap for the underfloor heating. So we'll make sure all of those are off. We'll connect the hose onto here, so then it will fill this manifold, go through the mixing valve, fill this manifold, and then we'll put on the bottom of here, that is just going to go to a drain. So we can fill this up, and then we can open each individual port and flush each port through. When I'm doing it, I'll show you what I mean. You can hear the water flushing through, you can hear it spluttering, and I'll take you outside and show you the NDOs where the water's spluttering out. And also what you'll notice is the flow rates, because it's not being pumped, the flow rates will be around 1 to 2 litres a minute. When the system is all pressurised and the pumps are on and fired up and working, we can regulate the heating through these flow restrictors on the top. You know, Snug Underfloor Heating supplied all this, and they tell us they've worked out exactly what flow rate for each zone, etc, etc. So we'll settle them, but for now it's just a case of flushing this out, getting all the air out of the pipework. Then when the air's out, we can shut it off on these 2 ports here. Obviously they're going to be shut off. We can shut off the actuators, lock it off so it is stored inside there and the water's in there and we know where we're at. So we've got this one to do. I've done one in the utility room already. It was a bit cold this morning. I just wanted to get that one sorted. So I'll show you this one, and then once we've done this one, we're going to move up to the upstairs ones. There's one up over in that room, and there's one behind this wall here, and that will be flushing all the upstairs underfloor heating out, the low profile stuff. But as for this one, we'll get this manifold connected up now and start flushing it through. So this is the hose from the outside tap. So we'll connect this onto here, like so. And then this one is going to drain, branded. It's all about the brand, nice orange colour. I've got a thing for it. I don't know where the orange thing come from. So this will just go into drain. So we'll get this connected on here, like so. So that's ready, that's off, vents are open, vents are closed. They're all closed off, they're all shut off. That's shut off, mixer valve down on low. Right, I'll take that outside. So, as I say, we've got the hoses coming here. Got the orange one, as I said, is the drain. So we've just poked that into the drain here. And we've got it connected up, normal sort of site work stuff. Got it connected up to the outside tap. So, we'll open the outside tap up. Hopefully it's not blown off inside. Okay, so we've got the water on. So when I open this up now, it's going to fill this top of this manifold, go through the mixing valve. A little bit will go through the pump, not a great deal. It will trickle into the bottom, and I'm not going to open any of these valves up yet. I'm just going to let it pressurise up. You probably hear it actually gushing around. Let's open it up. Right, the unwritten rule in plumbing is never fill up on a Friday. 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 Actually, if I do the pump up, I suppose. Top and bottom. See? Did I say I checked everywhere? I'm sure I said I had tightened everywhere up. Obviously I hadn't. Right, that little dilemma's sorted out. Can't believe I didn't tighten them up. Oh well. Right, so let's go again. So we turn the water on. So those manifolds are full now. If we open up, as I said, the orange one's going to drain. If we open that up now, that's just going to drag all the air out that's in that manifold. So that's now coming in here through there. It's not doing the underfloor heating yet because we've got these all shut off still, and these are shut off as well. It's just going through there, just circulating, getting any air out, as you can hear. We'll shut that off for now. Right, these locking caps across the top, we'll just pop them off. It's just so that when you set the flow rates, when the system's in and completely commissioned, when you set the flow rates, you can just push these caps down and they lock, stop anyone sort of fiddling with them. But for now, we want them all off and out of the way. So I'm going to undo this first flow valve. When you come to commission the system, it's just a case of turning these in and out to bring this little hood down, if you can make it out. And on the side you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, that's your litres per minute. So when you come to commission it, I'll go through all of that. But for now, I'm going to open this one, just the first one, fully open. The bottom one's shut off. This is just the first loop. So this pipe is connected to this pipe, it's just doing the whole loop. So we'll open this one up. You'll probably be able to hear a bit of the water gushing round. Yeah, you can just about hear it. Yeah, you can just about hear it, I think. So I'm going to open that fully. It gets to this point here where it gets tight so it doesn't pop out. When we open this, it's then going to start circulating around this loop. So what I'll do is I'll open the drain, like so. And then when we open this one, it's just drawing all the air out. It's coming back through the hose and just going down the drain outside. So let's open this one up and you should be able to hear it. Yeah. So let me take it outside and you'll see you'll see the hose spluttering as it's pushing the air out that loop. As we know, downstairs here, there's 2 mile, well, the whole building is 2 mile of pipe work, so it's pushing a fair bit of water out. But you can see it's spluttering, coughing, spluttering. It'll probably take, 5 or 6 minutes to get all the air out that first loop. So we'll leave that running for a good few minutes, and you'll be able to hear it. It'll be quieting down completely when all the air's out. And you can see that the flow meter is just rattling around a little bit, but yeah, you can hopefully you can pick it up. So if I shut that off, back on, that's pulling all the air out. Give it a few minutes and I'll show you, and that'll be completely quiet. Then we'll just go to the next one, shut this one off, go to the next one, do the same process until all of them have pushed all the air out. Then we can lock that off. They're obviously off. Then we can shut all these down and it will just keep that manifold completely full of water. There you go, it's quietening down already. Just the last little bit. So now that one's done, we can shut this off, like so. Again, leaving these 2 open, undo the next one. There you go, you can hear it now going through that first loop. And then as we open this, so this one's shut off, as we open this one up, you'll hear it again. There you go, I don't know if you can make it out, hopefully you can. We're now on to, we've done all these so far now, we're now on to this one. As you can see, I don't know if you can make it out, I don't know if the GoPro zooms in enough, but the flow rate on that is like 2.5 litres per minute, which is just, as I said, just off the cold main coming in. And then obviously if we shut this down, if I turn this, you'll see the plunger. Just go back up, look. Just because the flow rate's been shut off. And then we open it back up. And again, I don't know if you can hear it. You can hear the air coming through that loop. So we've got 1, 2, 3 more left to do. Then we can lock this manifold off, and then we can go and do the 2 upstairs. They're going to be the interesting ones, because as we was laying it, they were putting the plyboards down. Sean the Chippy marked out exactly where all the runs were, but you never know. Until you test it, you never know. So we'll get this one done and then get upstairs and get them tested. The 2 manifolds downstairs are now done, tested, and we've shut them off so they contain that water inside them. So they'll stay as they are now until we connect into where the plant room's going to go with the primary flow and returns to them. This one, 6-port manifold, is, so we're upstairs now, so this is the 6-port manifold that's feeding this room here, the bathroom, and the mezzanine floor up to that point there. Now you can see the lines on the plyboard floor, they're the pipe runs, so we're hoping, I mean Sean the Chippy was dead thorough when he put the plyboard down, so we don't think, well, touch wood, don't think he's screwed any pipes, but this will be the telltale sign for it. So we've got the orange hose running into the toilet because, you know, we can't get it to drain anywhere else really, it's not long enough, but also, while it's draining into there, it's only going to be water anyway, while it's draining into there, it gives us a chance to test the wastes on that anyway. We could probably put a bit into the shower on that as well. So let's get this manifold done. Same process as before, incoming main there, or straight off the tap there on the hose, into there. We'll open this up, fill this unit up. I've made sure these are tight this time, and then open each individual loop, one at a time, and touch wood, we're all okay. We're on to the last manifold now. All the other 3 are fine, tested and sort of locked in. So it's just this one left to do. Same procedure, and make sure everything is okay under these floors. Right, hope you like that. So that's the underfloor heating completely flushed at the barn. Few little bits left to do. We're now beginning to get the second fix in. The bathrooms are beginning to go in and stuff like that, which is also releasing me up now to get to do some more jobbing around. So if you haven't, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that jazz, and I will catch you on the next one.